Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm gonna do a review of my Wilderness Systems Commander 140 kayak. Had the boat about a year. Been waiting to do the review till I learned the boat, had it rigged how I like it. So now that I've used it enough, kind of figured out how I like it rigged, I figured I'd go ahead and make a video. Just basic rigging. It's got gear tracks, as you can see. It runs full length of the boat. It also runs on the other side. It can be utilized for all different kinds of rigging, and you can really personalize this boat how you want it, which is what I like. Also on the boat, there's gear tracks that run on top. As you can see, I have one of these dashboards that I purchased online that I have rigged across. And then I've also used the Yak Gear Rail Blaza accessory mounts, the Starport quick releases. That allows me to lay my rods forward, which I like. I do a lot of power fishing, so fast moving, even though I'm in a kayak, shallow water. And a lot of times I'm fishing top water. So when those fish decide to short strike or blow up and I don't quite get the hook set on them, I like to follow up with a bait a lot. And a lot of times it's faster for me to drop a rod, pick one up, and throw it back in there like a Senko, a weightless Senko or something, and get that bite, that reaction bite from that fish again, than it is for me to reach behind me with a traditional, black pack or crate. All of my rigging, all of my tackle, since I don't use a crate, I keep up under the seat. Just bring enough for what I need, which is soft plastics, crawls, worms, jig trailers for jigs. In the tackle boxes itself is my terminal tackle, crankbaits, spinnerbaits, all that kind of stuff. Typically I have an ice chest in the back, and that's all I will have. Like I said, I like to keep it as light as possible. Whenever I'm out there on the water, just use what I need. I don't like to be cluttered up and have a lot of stuff in my way. In the gear tracks, one of the reasons why I like this boat, I've actually laid in LED strips into these gear tracks so they're protected. There's a raised lip, so whenever I'm bumping into trees or getting up shallow in bushes, I don't have to worry about it puncturing the LED strips and messing them up. And the way that I've got that wired is I went to Academy and I bought, I can't tell you the name of it, but it's just a little accessory battery pack, and I wired up under the boat, and I've wired a switch that runs up to this panel, so it runs the length of the boat up under there, and I've just got wire clips to hold it in place. And so when I'm fishing at night with just the flip of a switch, I have blue LEDs on the front of the kayak. I'm tempted to put navigation style, so the red and the green, but for right now I'm just going to keep the blue. I really like the way it looks on the water, and it doesn't attract bugs, which is nice. I was going to do white, but down here in Mississippi the mosquitoes will eat you alive. I've got a couple just little accessory clips like GoPro mount and stuff from Yak Attack for like the ram mounts and all that kind of stuff. I've got a fish grip on the side. Whenever you catch a fish or that cold fish in a tournament, you really want to keep it alive. The whole thing about kayak fishing is catch, photo, release, CPR. So I've got that tethered to the back. I'll clip in the fish's mouth, set it over. It's a really good way to keep the fish alive and healthy until you're ready to take that picture and get your hog trough and your identifier ready for the tournament. On this side, I've just got a traditional anchor trolley. One thing that is nice about this kayak, with it being the full-length rails, is you can actually tie your kayak off, since this cord tends to stretch pretty bad, and slowly adjust these nuts forward. So as you can see in the back, when I made the anchor trolley, I gave myself about 3 inches of space, and then over time, as it stretched and it loosened up, I could take my wrench, slide it back, tighten it up, slide it back, tighten it up. And that's really made it stay strong. Now that it's stretched out completely, I won't have to worry about it anymore, but it really helps it keep neat and nice at the boat, whether I'm staked out or I have an anchor dragging behind me in deeper water. Overall, I really enjoy the kayak. It tracks really well. For being 14 foot, it's super light compared to models that are in its same class, and it's super stable. See if I can get a shot of the pontoon style holes up under it. I stand and fish in this kayak more than I sit and fish in this kayak. Most of the time when I'm sitting, it's just because I'm paddling to my destination and then I'm standing. Overall, it's a pretty comfortable kayak. The only complaint I have is when you do sit, it does come with a seat that sits on these rails, and the seat is very comfortable, but it's low. You're inside the water. Your butt is below the water line, which is nice for stability, but for me, I don't like being that low. I feel like I can't get good penetration on my hooks, on my hook sets. So I just remove the seat completely and I sit on top. Now, if you're out there all day long, it is not very comfortable, just sitting on a piece of plastic. I'm going to try to figure something out with a seat where I can sit and fish longer and it's more comfortable. As far as standing goes, it's fairly comfortable. Like I said about you sitting below the water line, actually when you stand, your feet are below the water line. That's why it's so stable. If you look at the bottom of the kayak though, the steps themselves, it's actually not flat. It's at an angle. So if you're out there 6, 7, 8 hours standing most of the time, it can be pretty rough on your ankles and on your feet, but it's not too bad. Considering how much it costs, how long it is, and what I get to fish out of it, I really enjoy the kayak. I'm going to try to put some more videos out, kind of me fishing in it, how I haul the kayak. As you can see, it's sitting on a rack right now with 2 rod tubes that goes on the back of my truck, and I've also got a truck bed extender that I'll use if I'm just going somewhere quick, just to save me from having to put that rack up. But that's all it is for now. I just wanted to put a video out, do a little review. Hope everybody enjoys it and learns a little something if they watch it. If you have any questions, feel free to message me or write a comment. And tight lines.